So in this video, I'm going to attempt to paint CUBONE. I already put down my outline and where I kind of want everything to go. And after that, I just kind of started putting down my basic layers and trusting the process, right? I absolutely had no idea where this is gonna go, just like most of my paintings, because I always plan out for something and it turns out completely different than I expected or ever planned it. I was putting this off for as long as I could because the idea of making this character was kind of terrifying, but I think the biggest hurdle was in my mind. And once I started just literally putting paint on the canvas, I instantly felt better about it. I had a lot of references on the side of my laptop, and to be honest, I completely forgot I had it there. I barely used it. And on this part, I was kind of beating myself up a little bit about the skull. Or I guess I was feeling a little insecure because I wanted to be with good symmetry, right? I want both sides to be the same, but I kept reminding myself that skulls don't have to be perfect. I would actually prefer if they had little imperfections here and there, like the nostrils were not perfectly the same shape, or the eyeball holes were not perfectly the same shape. And that's one of the things that I liked about the skull. I was just laying a little bit of shadowing and kind of trying to figure out where I want my shadows and my light points to go. It was really hard to find a picture of CUBONE just looking straight at the viewer or the camera, so I just kind of had to put some pictures together and imagine what it would look like. This was my favorite part, just like adding that really bright orange, putting those really bold colors on the canvas. I was getting really tired of the gray at that point. Another reason why I was so nervous to do this is because for some reason that day I was just really shaky and I just really didn't want to mess it up. Especially when it comes to the line art, the non-breathing part. As I'm putting in the shadows for the eyes, I forgot that I never mixed the color for his belly, so I was trying to figure out what color that was, and it was just skin color. I did it a little bit yellower than in the picture, but I think it's because I have a yellow background and it would just look a little bit better. But I did forget to pre-mix his belly. I loved doing the background. This was totally unexpected. I wanted to make the sand, and to me it didn't make sense if I just put it on the bottom, so I thought I would just drag it out on the top and kind of get rid of that really bright yellow. I also realized that I forgot his tail, in the middle of me just doing the sand, so you can see me like trying to scrape it off a little bit and then just like adding a tail. I know in most of the pictures you can't really see a tail, but I really wanted to incorporate that in there and just kind of like drag that color from the sand to the top, but make the bottom a little bit more opaque. The whole time that I was doing this, I couldn't wait to do the outline, even though to me that's like the most terrifying part. For some reason I just wanted to add flowers, you know, because of his mom. I did see a reference that had flowers, and I am a sucker for flowers. I know the person that requested this from me gave me a lot of liberty, and I wanted to add a few flowers, kind of fixing the shadows and seeing what else I can tweak here and there. I kept looking at him and I started doing the outline, but something seemed off, and I was trying to figure out for the longest time, like, it just doesn't look right. And I found out that the holes on his nose and the skull were not black. So after I realized that, I kind of went in and filled that out. When you do line art, you just can't breathe. It's so terrifying because one little breath can ruin your whole thing. Or at least that's what you're scared of the whole time, right? So here I was just like, you know, let me just go in and do a little bit of the line art. You can see me going in with the brushes a little bit to kind of correct some spots that are a little too thick for me. The pen that I have is water-based, so it was pretty easy to correct. Just after this, I can just seal it and it's pretty much waterproof. I did used to use microns for this, and all of my microns ran out. So luckily I had this pen, and I've been doing line art with it, but fully plan on buying more microns. I absolutely love them. It's so interesting to me how a painting or a drawing can go from absolutely nothing, or just like pencil on a paper or paint on a canvas, to a completed idea or a completed thought. A lot of my friends would ask me, how did I get there? How do you start? And I found myself taking pictures of like the process of it from beginning to the end, and it really helps to show the progress of it and how you can easily get there yourself as well. But here I am just making the final little touches, and like I said, I forgot that black part on the nose, so filled it in and just really finishing it up. But I really, really appreciate you spending your time with me and even making it this far into the video. I do have more Pokemon commissions that I would love to get on film and share with you. So if you would like to join me, I would also appreciate that very, very much. Here's the finished result, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.